The Prime Minister's daughter, Neve, made her United Nations debut this morning, appearing in the General Assembly as Jacinda Ardern delivered a speech during a peace summit being held there. The UN General Debate kicks off tomorrow and about 140 world leaders are in New York for the meeting, including, of course, the US President Donald Trump. Our Deputy Political Editor Chris Bramwell is in New York and filed this report.
As Jacinda
Ardern was being introduced to make her speech, her daughter Neve was sitting with her dad Clark Gayford in the General Assembly. Mr Gayford earlier tweeted a picture of Neve's specially made UN ID, labelling her New Zealand's first baby. He also joked about giving the Japanese delegation a fright when they walked into a meeting room in the middle of a nappy change. A spokesperson for the UN told media the United Nations was delighted to see Neve in the General Assembly Hall, saying Ms Ardern was showing that no one is better qualified to represent her country than a working mother, adding that just 5% of the world's leaders are women, so the United Nations needs to make them as welcome as possible. Ms Ardern was playing down Neve's appearance on the world stage.
It was a very practical decision. Neve is actually nearby me most of the time in New Zealand. She's just not always caught, but here, when she's awake, we try and keep her with me, and so obviously that was the occasion.
This morning, Ms Ardern appeared on American breakfast television, joking with the Today Show hosts that the difficulty of taking a 3-month-old baby on a long-haul flight was on par with running a country.
Between Clark and I, we managed it, and she is a good baby, I can't complain. There's that look, though, that you get as you walk onto a plane with a little one. Yes. That stare from other passengers, which I felt very conscious of.
Exactly, you almost want to apologise in advance.
I actually did apologise in advance.
Aside from media appearances and her speech in the UN, Ms Ardern was also holding meetings with other leaders on the side of the General Assembly. Ms Ardern met Sebastian Kurz, the Austrian Chancellor. At just 32, he's the youngest elected male head of government, as Ms Ardern is the youngest elected female. They talked trade and about the fact that they're both leading coalition governments.
We spoke very briefly about the fact that we did have that common ground, and also he made mention, of course, of the fact that there aren't too many young leaders in office currently. Otherwise, we talked about New Zealand's FTA, we talked about Brexit. He obviously has a leadership role within the EU.
Ms Ardern has been hosted at the US President Donald Trump's reception for international leaders tonight, ahead of the formal opening of the UN General Debate tomorrow. All eyes will be on Mr Trump early tomorrow as he gives his address to the UN. In New York for Checkpoint, Chris Bramwell.